I'd like to start by first giving a ton of credit to Northwestern. I think in our league we don't talk enough about teams like them, teams like us that are just the way football's supposed to be played. I have the utmost respect for them. Blue collar, tough. 17's a great player. The backs are excellent. Really good defense, and I have a lot of respect for them. It was a fight that we knew would be a battle to the very end, and proud of our guys. I thought they showed tremendous resolve. Not many chances in life to have a second chance at something. It was 7-6 at the half. I think you guys heard me say last week I wasn't real happy with the way we were acting about it being 7-6. We got back to just being ourselves this week and just came out, took the kickoff, scored on offense, got a turnover, scored on offense. Unfortunately, obviously, let them back in it. But we knew they were going to battle, and I thought Dylan and the offense made the plays they had to in the end when it was necessary. So pleased with the win. We just left it there. We didn't even talk about being bowl eligible. Just talked about the way they handled the process of doing what they're doing. And so we're not perfect, but we are 6-2. We do have a nationally televised game this week. I don't know the last time something that big happened in this time of year. It's great to have them in October, September when people want to come see Coach Sanders, but it should be a great opportunity next week for us, and we'll try our best to be ready.
Matt, you guys carried it about 64% of the time on the ground. Was that the approach going in, or was that just the feel of the game as it progressed, that you guys wanted to run more in this game than you've done all season?
I think anytime you come off a game like last week where you have that many sacks, you're going to obviously minimize it. And then Gunner, he's been dealing with a knee, practiced during the week, did his best to go ready, just couldn't go after warm-ups. Then Teddy went down with what looks like a pretty serious injury. And so then we had, turn to Tyler and Turner. But we were running the ball at a good clip, and so it's kind of a weird feeling, even in the second half, like we're getting ready to go take the ball, we return for a touchdown, we get the ball back on interception, we score. So we kind of rattled rhythm, I thought, for a little bit there. But I thought the runs were good all day, and then we finished with whatever. I think we would have had probably another 60 yards. Emmett's such a team guy. He knew to get down after the first down. He could have probably scored if he wanted to. But I just thought we were controlling the game early in the first half, running the football. And late in the game, when we had to drop back, we went to empty, and guys made plays.
What did you say about Dylan, that he makes the mistake that he does, but he responds? Maybe one of the best drives in his career.
Today was the best I've seen him in terms of just playing one snap at a time. Even early in the game, though, he never really got into a rhythm because we were running the football at a pretty high level and a pretty good clip. And I thought Dylan, the growth, you sometimes forget because he's so grown how young he is. And I thought that was his best game in terms of poise and presence. And make no mistake, it's another time that, the offense had to go down and win the game. And we went down and won the game on offense, and then obviously the defense gets to stop, and then we win the game in 4 minutes. So that's a situational clinic, and I think that all starts with your quarterback.
Matt, on the review of the fourth down, what were you told? I mean, it appeared that he was short.
I was told nothing. I was trying to calm. I was more worried about Troy. I was trying to calm Troy down, because, I don't know. They didn't. The guys on my side were communicating, but they didn't even come over and tell me. I'm looking at it up there. I saw him bobble it. I had to even challenge it. And then they said that the buzzer wasn't working. If they would have run that play, I'd have been really upset. So I challenged it. Then they said no. Wait, they buzzed it down. But it looked like the ball went up in the air. But I'm going to stay away from that one. And like I said, the great thing for me is when you have an AD that's fiery and right is right, wrong is wrong. And we didn't get many breaks today. I'll just leave it at that.
Hey Matt, what does it say about your guys answering the bell? It's been a tough week on everybody in the program, but to have them respond the way they did after the tone was set early in the week.
Well, isn't that a good thing, though, that you lose your second game and it's a tough week? Yeah. It means how far you've come. Yeah. And that being said, you're supposed to win. You're supposed to win. And if you lose, you can't lose the way we lost last week. And so that was a learning lesson for everybody. With all that being said, I thought our guys showed tremendous resolve. And anytime you're up, you have that third quarter that you had, which has been an issue for us, and then you let them back in the game. I mean, that could have been, here we go again. You think about the last, I don't know how many years, the 2 years I've been here, it would have been like that. And a credit to our crowd. I thought our crowd was juiced up, and and then the offense went right down there. And honestly, I was kind of hoping that they did mark Emmett short because I was hoping we could run the ball 3 times, maybe kick a field goal as time expired or something like that. But we have great guys. We have great guys. I mean, they work really hard. That's why I always say, when I say things like, hey, we're not perfect, I'm not saying that tongue in cheek. I'm saying, I love being around a group of guys that has to work so hard and who wants to work so hard at everything. And they grind. All they wanted to do was take that game ball at the end of the game to Teddy.
How have you seen Emmett just grow as a back through his time here to deliver a game like he did again today?
I mean, what can he do? I mean, he can do it all. He can do all three phases. And, like literally, I mean, he's running off the field. He's like, "Hey, coach, no moss," which, that's first down, get down. I mean, he knew the situation before I did. Ran with 5 points of ball security on the first one, gets 6 yards. Credit to our O-line and tight ends. I mean, they're blocking, receivers are blocking, and then gets the second one in. So, Emmett can do it all. The times he got stopped there, he slipped. And that's a rugged defense right there.
Coach, talk about Kenneth Williams, that 94-yard touchdown return. Pretty amazing seeing that in the stadium.
Yeah, I don't own a business, but if I did, I'd probably get him an NIL deal here pretty quickly. I mean, guys, his payment probably hasn't even processed yet. He's probably still owed money for classes. He's probably still playing for the classes he's in. You talk about a story, but that's why we all got into coaching for things like that, and to watch him do that. Eck does just Eck and Nick and Josh and Brent Marr, they do such a good job. And the guys on that group, I mean, there was a lot of great blocks out there, and for no one to clip or hold or hit someone in the back. I mean, anytime you run a field bounce return, you put yourself at risk. They have one of the best kickoff teams we've seen in terms of getting down the field, and had a good return, I think, early. The first one, I think, went out to like the 30 or so. You guys might remember better than me. And then, used the south wind in our favor, knowing that we would have a returnable kick, and bounced it back. So really happy for Kenneth. Big time play.
Hey, you mentioned how much you appreciated number 17 from Northwestern. How much did you appreciate Andrew Marshall's work today in coverage against him?
Yeah, no, think about it. He got beat on that first double move, and he just kept playing, And even like the DPI he got at the end on the last touch, I thought they were going to call OPI. I thought he was trying to go pick the ball off. I thought so. It's really hard to play defense when they're not letting you play a ton. And but Andrew Marshall is one of the best corners in the league. And we challenged him. But, even on at the end of the game, man, we're playing man. I mean, Jameer Khan was thrust into action. He went out there. He's making plays. And, just love that about our guys. But, yeah, Andrew was excited about this opportunity. 17's an excellent player.
That's another game where defenses had to go out and make a stop to get the win. I mean, what was kind of their mindset after they went back out with a lead? Were they comfortable, juiced up?
I mean, I couldn't even tell you that I saw much from them other than they were just excited to play, right? And then obviously they hit the first play, and then that kid makes an amazing catch down the right side. And then the last two plays were zero blitz. I mean, John just sent the house, one more than they had, and obviously he got outside the pocket one time, and we got confused, and so he said, you know what, we're gonna go after these guys. So I thought they were excited, and then after we got the ball back, I knew we needed one first down. So I said, hey, if we have to punt the ball, they're going to get the ball back with 22 seconds left. And Sierra Wright's just one of the probably the best captain-type leader I've seen in a long time. I mean, no shots at anybody else, just like literally, like I'm talking to the team, and I'm like, finish. I'm like, Sierra, you got anything? He's like, yeah, coach. I mean, he's just one of the best, and he had those guys were ready to go, and guys all made plays. And credit to John. I mean, the thing I saw the growth in Butler. I hate to talk about coaches, but I have to say this: like he didn't care about the score. He didn't care about anything. He's like, hey, we're gonna go play, and that's a lot of growth from last week. Because last week, all anybody wanted to talk about was the score of the whole game, and it got away from us.
Did he tell you, hey, I'm going to roll the dice and just bring everybody on those last two plays?
Yeah, he said, I said, what are you going? He said, bug storm drop. I said, all right. And then the second one, he said, bug storm drop. I said, we have a timeout if you need it. If you need a timeout, let me know. And the clock was running down on them. I wasn't sure if they're going to get it off. So I, literally, it was one of those deals was and held it off. And, the kid, they might have connected on it. But, at the end of the day, at some point, you got to force their hand to make them make a play, right? And so, they made some nice runs. They, bounced off some guys in tackling. I mean, we were certainly there. We fit the run way better, but didn't tackle well enough. Again, so we're still working on that. But we made the crucial stops needed when you need to make them.
What were you told by the officials regarding that abrupt movement call on the defense?
Yeah, I don't know. Nothing. I was told nothing other than, hey, they thought we moved. I mean, we haven't been called for that in 3 years. We don't coach it. We don't teach it. So our guy just went from a 3 technique to a 1 technique. I'll trust that was probably the right call. Who knows?
You guys forced 2 turnovers, but yet turned those 2 turnovers into touchdowns. Where you did turn it over twice, but they didn't score. How big of a deal is it when you do get turnovers to convert like that?
Yeah, so it's one of the points that Dana's made since coming here. We talk a lot about the turnover battle. He said, hey guys, it's not really the turnover battle. It's more the points off turnovers. And if you go back to Maryland, we gave up 17 points off turnovers. Now one was a pick 6. If you want to talk about a turning point in the game, I thought when we threw that interception, they scored, we got the ball back, we threw the interception, and we held them to no points. That was a pivotal moment in the game, right? And so, there's a lot of guys out there on defense that are battling, and I think they had the right mindset. They took the field, and that was as big a stop to me in the game as there was. The one right before the half, it's 4th down, 4th and 1. We call a play. You could see them yell. They're so well coached. Like they alerted it. They were ready for the play. Dylan's just trying to reach the ball across on 4th down. That fumble doesn't really mean it much. It was a tough decision. Should we have kicked it? We're into the wind there. So we said, hey, let's get 4th and 1. We got to go for it. But that one was not negligible. The interception in their territory, though, was a huge play. So I think anytime you hold them to no points off turnovers, you get a couple turnovers, and you have a kickoff return for a touchdown, you're probably going to win the game.
To get to 6, with a month left in the season, just how valuable is that to focus on just winning games, getting better without that pressure of getting to 6?
Yeah, there's no pressure. I told you guys last year, 6 was awesome last year. We would never talk about it again. It's to me, again, we're still working. We're a work in progress. We're not, we're trying to get better and better and better. I love the group. I love the team. I think I've told you guys from the very beginning of the year, this is one of the most favorite teams I've ever coached. Okay. They literally at the end, all they want to do is get the ball and take it to Teddy. Like, it's just an amazing group. That might not mean everything to everybody. I think people in Nebraska probably appreciate that, though. It's that's what's so great about this state. People appreciate the little things like that. But I am proud of the fact. Every once in a while, I have till tonight at midnight I'm going to go hang out and watch TV and be fun Maddie, and then at midnight everyone will go to bed, and you can ask Julie. I'll put the game on and watch the TV copy, and then I'll watch the TV copy. I'll start brooding about USC next week. But I do mean it. I won't say this on Monday. I'm going to say it now. To credit to these guys and all the guys who came before them to from where we were to be 6-2 with NBC coming here next Saturday night with a game that matters, and not just for the other team but for us too. That's progress, and that progress isn't done by me. It wasn't done by me. It was done by these guys. It's done by the guys who've been here for all 3 years. It's done by the guys who aren't here anymore. Like I said, last year we hugged after we beat Wisconsin, and people were going nuts. We were bowl eligible. We didn't even mention it in there. I said it to my daughter walking out because that's all they really care about is a vacation. So, but we're just going to try to go play our best game next week and just do that. We got 4 more chances, and I just as you do this long enough. It's just after being on the road for 2 weeks, it was just so great to be back here. It was just so. I got here really early today, and there's a couple thousand kids in the student section already before anyone's even on the field. It's just such an awesome place and such an awesome home venue that has such an effect on you. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. I wish I could give you a better answer. Probably one of the O-linemen. So probably Justin. He's the ringleader. Maybe Henry. Thanks, guys.